What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Luis King Kong Ortiz. This is another Q&A for today, and this is from Nuff X Design, okay? And this is what he had to say. He said, "It's funny, Kurt, I don't see you advocating for Ortiz to fight a live body. Who has Ortiz really fought apart from Wilder? Personally, I didn't begrudge Dillian if he chose to fight a less dangerous fighter considering his body of work. I think it augurs well if we hold all boxers to the same standard. Peace." Okay, let me counterpunch. Nuff X Design, first off, you couldn't be so far from the truth. When have I didn't hold Luis Ortiz to those same standards as Dillian Whyte? Okay, for one, I've been begging, dying for Luis Ortiz to fight anybody that has been either here or known. Either that's here, Charles Martin, Luis Ortiz, even Oscar Rivas, someone to that magnitude. Shit, Dominic Brazil, he was there. Otto Vailin, another guy. So like a lot of these fighters that were based over here, he could have fought. I've been wanting him to face. He should face. Not Christian Hammer, Travis Kaufman, Alexander Floyd. I don't know any of those guys until he fought him. Okay, so that should tell you something. Okay, so don't pretend like I haven't done videos about Luis Ortiz and what's going on with Luis Ortiz or why I feel that he hasn't fought these guys. Okay, backstory, when the videos I did make of that Nuff X Design, I quoted on the reason why. And the reason why they were putting him on ice to make Wilder look better as long as Wilder was doing his thing. Hopefully now that shit doesn't matter. Okay, because Luis Ortiz needs a fight. But understand this, Nuff X Design. It isn't Luis Ortiz's fault all these damn times that these fights don't happen. And I'm talking about Joe Joyce. He called him out. His trainer turned that fight down. Abel Sanchez. Facts. Okay, he didn't want him near Luis Ortiz. Andy Ruiz, the former unified champion, denied that fight. I'm not ready to fight him. He denied that fight himself. And Luis Ortiz was like, why? Why or don't you want this fight? So that's two people that had names that could have fought Luis Ortiz and didn't. So you can't blame Luis Ortiz for that. Okay? It ain't like Dillian Whyte, they were running to fight Dillian Whyte either. Dillian Whyte by far has a better resume. We all know that. But see, for me, I don't warrant a fighter over another fighter. You're just trying to compare and use Luis Ortiz as an example. I get it. But what I'm saying on Dillian Whyte made his reputation for fighting the best fighters. There's no reason to stop now. Because this is the problem why. You may say, hey, I have no problem with that. I have no problem with Dillian Whyte based on his resume. I understand that. But get this. It's too many people that think or feel that they've done enough to sit their ass back and wait for this title shot or this big opportunity. One thing I notice about Dillian Whyte, he has to keep doing what he's been doing to keep continuing where he's been or where he's going into the sport. Okay, his resume speaks for itself. His hard work, determination, his grit, all that drivenness that he has to keep doing it because the moment he stops, that's when people will look at him crazy or different. Okay, he doesn't have any easy breaks. That's not Dillian's way. It's okay. That's how he became famous. That's how he gained the juice, the respect. That's how he got to where he's at. He didn't get the fight like Luis Ortiz did with Deontay Wilder 2 times. And I wondered why the fuck would he fight him twice? I was that guy that wondered, why did you fight him twice? Counterpunch. It wasn't that. As long as people don't know who I am and what I represent in the sport of boxing, there's nobody beyond counterpunching. Everybody gets it. Okay? If everybody fought everybody else, people would lose. Okay? That's the reality of it. Styles make fights. Okay? The way people match up, that is all the difference in the world. So saying Luis Ortiz, well, hey, I don't see you advocating for him to fight a live body. What the fuck? It's been people, live bodies, that has been denying this guy. And people can say all they want about Wilder this or Wilder that. Wilder made a valid point, and the narrative will always stick as long as you had guys like Joe Joyce's trainer and Andy Ruiz himself turning down fights against Luis Ortiz. And I don't give a shit if he's 58 or 68. I don't care. You guys don't want to fight him. Okay? Make all the jokes you want about his age. Whoop his old ass in Wilder's terms. In Wilder's words. Whoop his old ass then. Okay? So there you go when you talk about, hey, well, I don't understand why you're not advocating for Luis Ortiz to fight anyone. And you pretend like I don't give Dillian Whyte the props that he had when he was fighting these guys like Parker, like Oscar Rivas, like these guys, okay? He had tough fights. He didn't have to fight Derek Chisora again, but I would rather prefer him fighting Luis Ortiz. Okay, because that's the fight that needs to happen. Because I look at those guys. You had AJ, Whyte, Wilder, Ortiz. Whyte, Ortiz needs to fight each other. Wilder, Joshua needs to fight each other. None of that shit has happened. It's too much of that in the sport of boxing. That's what I'm saying. There's no favoritism over anybody. Okay? So I don't want you to get that idea. That's why I had to answer that question accordingly. Everybody, you guys tell me what you think about this Q&A. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.